Now, Anthony Walker, back on the practice field, talked a little bit about how he's progressing and coming along.
Yeah, taking it one day at a time. Definitely progressing. See how today go, but yeah, feel good for the most part.
What do you thought about this turnaround of the defense the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been, not fun to watch, but fun to watch. The guys, just clicking on all cylinders right now. Being able to stop the run, and then, rushing cover has been great. Getting off the field on third down. So, definitely looking forward to keep trending in that right direction.
And Jeff Phelps, Anthony Walker, you tend to forget how good he is. They were missing him. He was leading tackler in the Chiefs game, and then he got hurt and hadn't been able to play since. But they've been missing a couple of pieces of that defense the last 2 weeks, and they've just hadn't missed a beat.
The Browns are fortunate, Dave. If there's one spot on the defense where I think, well, you've got that covered, it's middle linebacker with Walker and then Malcolm Smith, who has stepped in and played some. So that's okay. Before I get back into my point, every time I see Anthony Walker, I flash to Peter Griffin in Family Guy when he had the beard and the bird was living in his beard. Anthony's beard is incredibly impressive. I keep thinking that bird's going to come flying out of that thing. But good to have him back. And it's funny, Dave, because the first two games, there were so many questions about the defense and everybody talking about Joe Woods and how this thing wasn't working. We had John Clayton on our radio show today, and John, the former ESPN reporter, longtime NFL reporter, he's based out of Seattle now and writes for the Washington Post, among other things. And when he was talking about Baker and the Browns, and he said, and their elite defense. And he's not the first guy I've heard say that. And here it's taken only 2 games. One against Chicago, where we thought, is Chicago any good? Or are they just that awful? And then one against a pretty good Minnesota offense, to have that entire thought process flipped around. So instead of being a big problem for the Browns, the defense now seems to be a real asset. I'm not convinced of that yet, but I like so much of the talent on that D, Dave. And I think Andrew Berry and his staff did a great job of stockpiling, especially DBs. I think they really beefed up the safety spot. They keep adding corners. They drafted Greg Newsome. They signed Troy Hill. I think that's terrific. The Maliks have done a real nice job. I thought all along, are you going to be better than Sheldon Richardson and Larry Ogunjobi? That's the question, because they weren't bad last year. I think the Maliks are better than those two guys. At least I think they've shown it through 4 games. So getting Walker back in the middle of that, he's clearly, he's calling the signals. That helps. And that puts Malcolm Smith back into a depth role. I'm anxious to see what they do against a really good Chargers offense coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, and again, points to Andrew Berry, because it's one thing to put talent together. They seem to have done it where it fits. The guys they have brought in appear to fit to what they're asking them to do.